Happy Thursday thoughts, everybody. It's your girl, and we're back for another episode. Whew. It's wrapping up March. Can you believe it? Like, we about to be in April already. Well, how y'all doing out there? How's everybody doing, right? Woo, March through. It was something. I don't know about y'all, but life was lifing. Life was lifing. And if life was lifing for y'all, but y'all still standing and y'all still here, give it up to grace. Give it up to grace. So let's start it off by saying what we are thankful for. I am so thankful for peace. Listen, I am so thankful for having peace in my life and peace in my home because there is nothing like it. And until your peace is disrupted, baby, you don't realize just how precious and how valuable peace is. So, in the comments, as you all join in, put down what you're thankful for, right? Put down, you know, what you happy, what makes you smile today on this Thursday. So listen, y'all, we did have Sip, Chill, and Spill. That was so much fun. We had a full house. It was so fun. Y'all, we played some good games. So some of the games that we played like scavenger hunt. Yes, we played scavenger hunt. Had the ladies up out their seats. They was running all over the house for scavenger hunt. And it was so much fun. We had Name That Tune. That's right. And we took it way back. We had music almost from every decade, starting with the 70s. So that was fun. And then we had breakout sessions where we just got in the room and we were just having conversations. um and we one of the questions was, and I'm paraphrasing, but one of the questions was kind of like, well, what is something that you want to do for yourself but you haven't done for yourself? Like, is there things that you want to do for yourself but you haven't done for yourself? And the ladies actually identified that there were things that they wanted to do for themselves, but they haven't. And then it came out that some of the reasons that they weren't doing some of the things for themselves was because they actually felt guilty about putting themselves first. Show of hands, how many people can relate to that? So many of the women, a lot of them were people pleasers because it's in our nature to help people, right? We like to help people, we like to help others. But listen, you got to help yourself. You have to help yourself. And it's not selfish to help yourself, it's selfful. And, so many ladies were sharing their stories on things that they aspired for, things that they wanted to do. And they just felt like either they had established a habit of starting and stopping, or just fear was holding them back. So how many of y'all can relate to that? That there are things that you really want to do, but either fear is holding you back, or maybe you're feeling stuck and you're like, well, what do I do next? I want to do something. There's a new chapter in your life opening up. Some of the ladies, their children were about to getting ready to graduate college or getting ready to graduate high school, or, you know, they were transitioning from one job to another job or transitioning into retirement. And they're just still thinking, like, what am I going to do? What about me? And it's so important, y'all. And that's what I just want to stop through and say to y'all today. It's so important to really, really become the CEO of your life. It's important that you think about what it is that's in your heart that you desire to do. How are you spending your time? Are you wasting your time, or are you spending your time wisely? Because time is the one thing that doesn't get replenished, right? You don't get extra time on the end. So what are you doing with your time now? If you want to travel, are you traveling? Are you traveling? Or are you waiting around for people to join you? There's nothing wrong to traveling by yourself. You know, it was eye-opening, it was reaffirming, it was something that we all deal with at times, just listen to ladies share. And sometimes you just want to have a moment to yourself. And that moment to yourself, it could be a weekend, it could be a day, maybe it's 4 hours, couple hours. But sometimes we don't even take that for ourselves. We're not allowing ourselves to really flourish and become who we're really meant to be. And that's where some anxiousness comes in. That's where some anxiety comes in because there's things you want to do and you're not doing it. So we're self sabotaging. How many of you can relate to that? Where you maybe self sabotage? There have been times in my life that I've self sabotaged, and we've got to stop that. We've got to stop that. And regardless of what age you are, I want you all to know that where you started off in life is not a predictor of where you can end up and where you can get to and the person you can be. What happened yesterday doesn't have to control where you go from here. So, starting today, think about what is the life that you really want. I mean, honestly, what is it that you really want? And then ask yourself, while you're showing up for everybody else, when are you going to show up for the most important person? You. Showing up for you. Every year, we say, we're going to work out, we're going to get in shape, we're going to lose weight, we're going to get healthy. And what happened? We fall off the wagon. Why do we fall off the wagon? Because we're not sticking to what we say we want and what we say is important. And sometimes it's our mindset. If you work for a company and that company had a CEO and that CEO was not running the company correctly, that CEO wasn't qualified, that CEO didn't have a vision for the company, not a mission, and basically couldn't tell you where the company was headed. Would you want to work for a company like that? Of course not. I know I wouldn't. You can't live your life like a company without a CEO. Every last one of us is the CEO of our life. We're the CEO of us. And being the CEO of us, that means we've got to change on how we think about things. We have to know that we're important. Ladies, you're important, you're valuable, but you have to understand your value. You have to accept the role of being that boss. And you have to start believing that you're worthy of the things that you say you want. And then you got to discover the strategy, set up the strategy and the plan for getting what you want. And then once you set your strategy, then you got to say, okay, how can I implement this strategy? What are some things that I need to do? And then you get a support system to help you get there, right? Because some of us may not even know where to start, but then some of us may have a good idea, right? You may have a good idea of what that vision is for your life. Like, how do you picture it? Are you the type of person that's healthy and that works out and on the go and you feel good about yourself and you're confident and you're traveling places and meeting new people and experiencing new things and going to plays or doing whatever the thing is that lights you up, right? For me, it's travel. It's sitting on the beach. It's traveling, sitting on the beach, it's dancing. So do you see yourself doing those things that make you happy, that bring you joy? Spending quality time with the people you care about, all while making sure you're cared for. What's that vision? And so I really want us on this Thursday Thoughts to think about that. Like we're the boss of ourselves. So many times, you know, I've experienced people who, have talked about, you know, things they experienced in childhood, which I too can totally relate to that. But it's so important that at some point we have to move through and reconcile with what we experienced in childhood so that we can flourish. So that we can flourish. Because don't make what happened in the past your story for today and preventing you from being who and what you want to be, right? I want us to be encouraged. I want us to know that so much is possible, but it starts with you. So you can't give that power to somebody else to say you're not going to be able to live your best life. You define what your best life is, and then you set up your strategy for how am I going to get that best life? Stop going with the flow. Stop thinking that's all it is because that's not true. But if that's how you're thinking, then the way you think things are, that's your reality. So we have to change that mindset. So today, I want to encourage everybody within the sound of my voice to sit down and think about, are you running your life or is your life running you? Are you intentional with the things that you do? Are you making sure that when you say, you want to work out, are you doing things that align to your vision of you working out and you being a healthy person? Are you putting in the work? Or are you always getting distracted? How do you stop being distracted? Distracted by your friends, distracted by TV, distracted by social media, distracted by your own thoughts, your limiting beliefs, right? I just want to see us win. I want to see us all win. And it's possible. It is possible, y'all. So I want y'all to be encouraged on this Thursday Thoughts. We are entering spring. I think spring started last week, last Thursday officially, but let me tell you, it's cold up here. It's cold up here. So spring has started. And with spring, that means it's a time of newness. There are, you know, I could look out on the trees now, and I'm telling you, I see little bitty buds already. Little bitty buds are coming. So, spring is the birth of new things. Let this be your time where you're birthing the life that you really want. Spring into becoming the boss of your life. Stop sitting around letting life happen to you, and then you're, wondering, why you where you at, and you're wondering why you don't have the life that you want. And it doesn't mean we're not going to get some challenges, y'all. We're going to get some challenges. That's just the nature of that's just living. Life is going life. But the thing of it is, how are you going to navigate through it? How are you going to navigate through it? You get knocked down. Are you going to stay down and then complain about being down? Or are you going to get knocked down and then you're going to get back up and then dust yourself off and go, okay, I was knocked down, but let me see where do I go from here? How do I still get back on course so that I can always do something to move me towards what I want, who I want to become, and how I want to live my life? We have so much control and so much power, we don't even use it because we're putting ourselves last. And that stops today. Stop putting yourself last. Start focusing on what is the life you want? What is the life you want? That is the important thing that I want y'all to really understand. So I want you to think about that. Like, what is the life that you want? So with this Thursday Thoughts, y'all, I'm also excited, with all the ladies that came to Sip, Chill, and Spill. I'm a little hoarse. I don't know why I'm so hoarse, but I'm a little hoarse. And also, I wanted to tell you all some exciting news. We're also kicking off our 3-day workshop. Our 3-day workshop is the CEO of Me, Build the Life You Actually Want. Okay. So that kind of goes in line with a little bit what I was talking to y'all about earlier, meaning, it's never too late to create the life you want, but you got to really see yourself in that life and you have to believe you can get there. And then you got to know what are the things you need to do to become the boss of your life, right? How do you take control? How do you, you know, and don't get me wrong, there are certain things that will pop up that are out of our control. There are a lot of external things that can go on around you that are out of your control. However, being fully honest here, how many of us can say that over the things we do have control over, that we're really maximizing our opportunities in those areas? Because we're not. So if we maximize our opportunities in those areas, we'll be guaranteed to get some results. Does it mean you're always going to get 100% of the result? You may not get 100% of the result all the time. However, you will see results. And seeing some results is better than no results because not doing anything, not pursuing anything, not believing that you can have anything, and putting really your plan in actions and being active and intentional, you definitely won't get there. So let's be intentional, y'all. Let's go out here. Let's be intentional in becoming the person we want to be, priding ourselves on crafting the life that we can look back and say, I'm so happy I did those things. Being fulfilled and not having regrets that, I wish I could have been doing things like that. I wish I had pursued that. It takes some courage, but it also takes some help. And if you need help, DM me directly for the link to register for the class. I'm telling y'all, we have so much supportive material over the 3 days. It's going to be a phenomenal experience, and there is going to be a shift. You're going to learn all the things you need to do to help you implement to become the boss of your life, to get the results that you want. And oftentimes, it does require you having a support system and having somebody that can help you. Because let's face it, if we could do all the things, we would have done all the things. But we definitely can't continue to do the same things that we've been doing because we're not getting the results that we want. So don't do the same thing and expect different results because you're going to get the same thing. So let's do something different. Join the workshop, DM me directly, and I will send you the registration list, the registration link, y'all. And it's going to be exciting. I'm excited for this class to come up. It's going to be fun. And with that said, I'm going to dip on out of here. As you know, Thursday Thoughts, we've cut Thursday Thoughts to 15 minutes unless we have interviews. When we have interviews, then we do a full 30 minutes. But listen, also, not this coming Sunday, but on the first Sunday in April, we're having Sister Self Care Sunday. So tune in at 7 o'clock p.m. because Denise and I will be back and we're going to be talking about some very interesting things when it comes to self care. And we love y'all. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening and start thinking about how you need to become that boss that you really are. It's time to unleash her. I'll see y'all later. Take care now. Bye.